Hey, Flames fans, welcome to another edition of Flames Unfiltered. We are your hosts, Kyle Lewis and Brad Burud, and joined today by one of our favorite Flames fellows on, X, but I still like to call it Twitter, but Trevor Neufeld, a contributor as well for Hockey Hot Stove. Trevor, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We're pretty well at the end of the season, so we thought it'd be cool to have somebody on who, provides some hilarious tweets, a lot of very insightful statistical tweets. So, again, welcome to the show. And Brad, thanks for lining this up. So,
it's always fun. I look at all the stuff Trevor puts on X every single night. It seems like he's got some interesting, fun stats, and he's always a great contributor and knows his Flame stuff. So that's what we want, and we enjoy having him on. And it should be a good show. Pretty relaxed, laid back. We don't want to look like Brent Cron did last night. He was sweating a little bit, but did a hell of a good job, though, didn't he?
Oh, he was killing it.
Yeah. I said before we came on, he did a much better job than he did when he was stopping pucks, or attempting to stop pucks anyway. But, yeah, and he'd be the first to tell you that, so don't feel like I'm throwing on the bus or anything, right? But yeah, it's again, we're pretty well at the end of the season, so we're getting towards that post-mortem phase. So people listen to Brad and I rant and ramble all the time. So Trevor, hit us with some of your thoughts on the Flame season.
Oh boy. Well, it's been very up and down. I don't know. I think it's been just a completely different season since the trade deadline. Different players getting deployed in the offensive zone. I wrote about it a little while ago. Basically only Morgan Frost is in the top 5 of the players getting deployments in the offensive zone compared to, prior, the 61 games prior. It's been refreshing. I think it's pretty interesting. And I think I was just looking up their record post deadline. They are, oh boy, I think they're 18th. Let me just pull that real quick. Yeah. 6th to 13th. All right. Yeah, so they're 9-8-2, and they have the 18th best record. So this is a new Calgary Flames over the last 19 games. It's been pretty interesting. I was wondering what you guys thought of the last game, to be honest.
Honestly, too, Trevor, within that, with those 8 losses, there's been a few of them that really the Flames could or should have won with reviews that didn't go their way or whatnot. So definitely a different team. And I'm sitting here watching last night's game against Utah, and all I could think was, so Utah's going to the playoffs, and we're fighting for the bottom of the bottom 5. And it did not look like there was a differentiation between talent levels out there last night.
No,
we actually looked more skilled, I thought.
And quite honestly, last night's roster, Kuznetsov was out with an upper body injury, and we had Gridden out with an illness. So it's interesting. The progression this year has been quietly positive, I guess. I sit and I look, and I think, I always look at this time of year, like, what did we learn? What did we learn this year? I think there's a few, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Here's a couple of them that came to the top of my mind. This year, before the season started, we knew none of this. We learned that Gridden, to me, as a star, is going to be a star in this league, or has a very high potential to be a star in this league. I think we learned that our goaltending tandem is as solid, and I don't know, is safe the right term that I can use there?
That's as reliable as any, I would say, for sure. Safe's a good word.
Kuznetsov and Bristevich, we've learned that they're truly NHL defensemen.
Mm-hmm.
Waived at the start of the year. Kuznetsov, they could have lost him for nothing.
Yeah, isn't that scary to think about? Like, yeah, I think if we were going to do categories for the season, I think we would say he was the biggest surprise. I mean, Gridden we knew had pretty wicked potential, but to see him progress that much in his first year pro, I mean, I watched him play in the queue quite a lot last season, and it's like, holy shit, I did not think this guy was that far along, but here we are.
And then, I don't know, when you guys watch Bristevich, do you guys not think he's a full-time NHL player?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got such good edges. He's going to stick around for a long time.
I sit in and I look at all the positives. It's astonishing how many things went our way, really, when you think about it, when you dig down deep.
Which is a weird thing to say. Like the last few years haven't really been going our way, and this year they're going our way. And we're also kind of getting the bottom finish. 30th, 29th. It's been a good year.
And you also think about it, you guys. We in other years we're blessed with a lot of years where injuries weren't a factor, and this year they really have been. When you think about it, we've all forgotten that Sam Hansing saw hardly anything really. We saw what we saw. I liked. I felt really comfortable with. I can't wait to see more, but we didn't get that this year. Jake Bean out, Jonathan Huberdeau out, Joel Hanley out, Kevin Ball out, Blake Cole. Blake Coleman had an injury earlier up in the year. We've had some injuries to deal with.
And the schedule has been brutal too.
Yeah.
Especially for injuries.
Yeah. Big time. So Trevor, do you feel like we're pretty much like on track with where we would hope to be? Are we a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of rebuild? Like, where do you see this team in terms of the plan, as it were?
I think we're going to see like some of these guys getting picked starting to go pro, and then we're going to have a better idea. It's encouraging so far, but it's kind of like, what is this team? They're winning. They're winning with some, very young players. It's interesting. They're kind of putting a very similar product together, like despite a lot of turnover on the roster.
Yeah, definitely results that many of us didn't expect when you think that Cottery's gone, Uyghur's gone, Anderson's gone. The results have been overwhelmingly good to many's dismay. But where do we go next year? Like what needs to happen in the off season this year? I think the biggest thing in the off season, and I'll tell you, I was a heavy critic of him this year. And I've said from the beginning, it's not his fault, but Zane Parekh as of late has been a much, much better hockey player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's night and day for me.
But the big but is this though. We need him so much to gain some upper body and muscle and man strength over the offseason.
Yes, absolutely. Just enough muscle to get some separation too, which he's doing. He's getting some better separations compared to the start of the year. But yeah,
he was getting ragdolled early on, I think, and we were all kind of clamoring. It's still kind of that how good it would have been for him to have a year in the AHL or even half a season. But the fact he didn't have it, and then to see at this point in the season how he's not getting just tossed around. He's certainly getting out muscled in certain plays, but his positioning is better. But like you said, his gap control and separation is. It was like every shift after about his second game, we're like, man, this guy's going to get nailed again, separate his shoulder or something. And unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. But he looks a lot more comfortable in the NHL.
When he came back from World Juniors, I was legitimately afraid that an injury would end his season and then stall his offseason training, right? We have 2 more games to go. Parekh is healthy, and he's poised to have a strong offseason and even make this team's it adds another step in this rebuild, right? If we can keep getting him to develop, keep getting him in the right place that we need him to be. We had Cole Rushney have a great year at North Dakota this year. He put on over 7 pounds of muscle mass. And I mean, I'm assuming he'll still be going back to the NCAA next year with North Dakota and another year of strength training. Where can Cole Rushney go? Where can some of these other prospects go? What does Sam Hansing bring next year? I can't think that he's not going to be a bigger, stronger player, even bigger than he was last year when he came.
And do they find some size and muscle to kind of, go, pair up with them a little bit? Like they do have some big boys, but it's fun to look at the UFAs. Like Ferraro, he's out there. Stanley, oh.
Yeah. Actually, that'd be an interesting one for sure. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting point too. Like you do have to wonder like what the Flames are going to do to insulate these guys who are clearly earning more and more ice time, right? The one thing I was thinking about last night too, and I want to mention this before I forget, but I never ever believed that I'd be grateful to get out from underneath Mackenzie Weegar's contract, but I have to admit I'm really starting to feel that way. Yeah, pretty much. That Cgy said more than my words ever could.
Yeah. He's an awesome guy, a great leader. Like he's just having a rough year. It was weird watching him. Yeah, he's gonna correct course.
Yeah, to some extent or another, for sure. But I guess between his play this season, where obviously, like you mentioned, it's kind of tapered off, but also seeing so many young defensemen, just the way that they've developed and how quickly they have, like it actually ended up turning out he was more expendable than I think any of us would have thought, because we all saw him as the next captain, right? At one point, anyway. Yeah. Anyway,
we fall in love with people in Calgary way too easily, though.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
we do. Like we sit and we watch them for years, and we give it. And I don't want to be like a ruthless Vegas. I do if we win, I guess. I don't want to be the ruthless Vegas, but I don't know. I mean, I do think we sit on players and a little bit too long, give a little bit too many benefit of the doubts in Calgary, but.
Yes, massively. That's what was so surprising about Uyghur. That was his term on that contract, big leader. Just the end of last year, he's talking about keeping Zane Parekh under his wing and helping him develop. And then less than a year later, he gets traded.
Well, I think that
same way about Cgy.
Yeah, well, I think the Cgy thing at least we kind of saw coming. And the Uyghur was. We all remember what it was mentioned he might wind up going to Ottawa, but then for the trade to actually happen, that to me more than the Cgy trade was like, whoa, like I guess coupled with the Cgy trade, that's from like, okay, they're actually getting it, they're actually doing it. Like, sorry, what franchise is this?
Strange times.
Yeah, no kidding.
So what boat were you on? Were you on the tank ship or were you on the? I don't even know what you call the other one now. The state.
Yeah, they don't even have a name.
They don't have a name.
Yeah, I don't know. They needed to get a few good players on their roster, and I think it's probably a little bit phallicetic to think that you could, get them around 15, even 12. Can you build a team out of Matt Coronados, and will you build a contender
Stanley Cup team?
No,
you can't build a Stanley Cup winner. I mean, I'm not a knock at Matthew Coronado. It's just the truth, right? I think we hit a home run so far with Gridden, and that was what 19th.
Yeah,
but you got to get lucky though, right? You got to get lucky, and it takes less luck at pick 3.
Yeah, especially for center.
Yeah. Where do you guys want to see? Okay, so it's looking like and who knows where the lottery balls will fall, but we're looking. I probably 1 to 5. I would say is where we're going to fall in this.
I think our chances of 1 to 4. It might have been 1 to 5. I think our chances of 1 to 4 were around 78 or 79% as per Mike Gold earlier today. So they're very high.
So I like that, but I'm interested to see if we pick 1. Who are you guys taking?
I'm going McKenna. I'm like, Calgary connection. He's an X factor. Even if he's a winger, that's tough. Like, are we really going to shoot ourselves in the foot that way and take a winger after all the history the Flames have? But we should. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean, I've gone back and forth a little bit, but it's almost regardless of position. I mean, ideally it would be a forward, of course, as McKenna is, but I mean, you got to have that game-breaking, next-level, superstar, franchise-altering talent. And the Flames have had so few of those in their history, especially in their recent history, right? Like guys that just completely changed the course. What about you, Brad? Who you got?
Initially at the beginning of the year, I watch a lot of NCAA hockey, and I didn't like what I saw with McKenna. But as the year went on, I did more and more start to see him. You're playing with a lot of older players in the NCAA, and I think he struggled out of the gate at the beginning of the season, but I did see it definitely come around, and I think I would probably, gun to my head, pick him first overall if I had that. I don't personally think we're going to get that luxury. I hope we're lucky enough, but being the pessimist that I am, I probably think we're going to be in that 2, 3, or 4. And in those areas, other guys that stand out to me are Stenberg, Bearhoff, and Malhotra, actually.
Yeah, big fan of Malhotra. Should I hit the sim lottery button, see where we land here?
Do it. Hit it.
Absolutely.
We're picking 5th.
Damn it.
Seattle jumped 5.
Uh,
They deserve it. I could talk about Seattle all day. Like, they have a miserable existence right now. They kind of deserve it.
They do.
It's so funny how wildly different their expansion experience has been from Vegas.
They're so directionless. So they've been directionless from the beginning,
which wasn't that long ago. So yeah, it's. Oh, I don't know. I mean, honestly, they harken back to like the Minnesota, Columbus, Nashville, Atlanta type expansion days where they get like a handful of good players and a ton of draft opportunity and just not a clue what to do with it.
Yeah, there's some changes coming up. I don't know much about Lane Lambert, but like people seem to hate him. I don't know if he's sticking around. That's yeah. We're gonna see some changes with Seattle, but I don't have a lot of faith.
I think in the offseason we're gonna have it'll be a contest to see who has bigger changes, Vancouver or Seattle.
I don't know that Vancouver has brains enough to make the changes they need to make though. Because they don't seem to get it. And anytime that Rutherford speaks, and he should be long retired.
I don't know, Kyle. Like this is an all-time. Like this is bad.
Yeah, it's incredible. But the problem is it's like so. For example, in Calgary, when you have concerns about ownership, and then Conroy does things that make you have faith that the team's headed in the right direction, you don't have that in Vancouver. You have a bunch of idiots saying the same message in their own vernacular, all touting the same hopeless message.
Yeah, and they're about to shuffle the lawn chairs at the end of the season.
That's just it. So it's like, and I mean, I'm not unsympathetic to their cause. I mean, I have some very close friends who are Canucks fans, Canucks season ticket holders, but there's nothing worse. It's not unlike the situation in Buffalo, and God bless them. You know, they're finally in a playoff spot, and that's going to be super fun. But I had so much sympathy and empathy for Sabres fans for so long, and now with the Canucks, like I kind of feel that way a bit too, because you don't want to see a franchise fail that badly. Yeah, I know you hate them, but I'm okay with them sneaking in the playoffs and getting swept by somebody, sure. But like this level of incompetence it's actually something to behold. It really is.
I was talking some shit with some people on Twitter the other day. I didn't post this, but like the Flames are having their worst season standings wise in franchise history, and they have a 19-point lead on the Canucks.
Is it that much? I stopped looking because I knew we were so far ahead, but good lord.
Yeah.
I think Vancouver's only won like 23 games or some crazy number like that. It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of things.
Crazy.
Go ahead, Kyle.
No, I was gonna say, like, I mean, even the great pieces they do have, like a Thatcher Demko, can't stay healthy. Cannot stay healthy for any stretch of time whatsoever. It's brutal.
And they got an $11 million winger that can't put the puck in the net at all.
They can't do anything, quite frankly.
Do you guys think he'll go somewhere and find success, kind of like Tkachuk? Oh, Tkachuk was already good, but
there's a big difference though. Tkachuk tried his ass off though.
Yeah,
Pedersen looks like he just does not care.
Yeah,
that's a scary thing when you see a professional athlete look as disinterested as he looks like on the ice.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they'd have to sell low on him, which would be a tough pill to swallow. But you've also just got to get out of that contract. I mean, if somebody wants to take a chance on that contract, you know, if it's a B-level prospect and a first, I mean, it's worth more just to get rid of it. You never know.
They're gonna have to. To get a first, they're gonna have to eat half the contract,
or eat somebody else's contract potentially.
True,
but there's always trades that you never think will happen, right? So there's always a possibility. It's just to think what he could have fetched them a couple of years ago versus what he can get them now. Holy Lord, it's a travesty. Anyway,
I wonder if Detroit would be twist enough to acquire Elias Pettersson.
They may just this week because they've got to be in a mental struggle. They're not making the playoffs again. In a year where they were right there for most of the season, they were in a playoff spot for most of the calendar year, and
Well, they fell completely flat at the worst time. They had every opportunity to make it, and they completely imploded. And that's a tough pill to swallow. And I'm not sure if Steve Yzerman is going to survive the summer because of that.
I don't think he will.
Yeah. Which is a shame because, I mean, he's the best player in franchise history. I mean, him and Gordie Howe. Oh, well, put Lidstrom up there, too. Anyway, like to see a franchise, it'd be like if we had a Ginla as a GM and we had to fire him. Like, man, that would be fun.
We probably
can't hire him.
Yeah.
So this week, I want to get you guys' take on this. Ryan Strome gets a high sticking, gets fined $5,000 for cross-checking Robertson after just minutes before Tyler Myers, classic Tyler Myers, by the way, Vancouver Tyler Myers, runs him from behind in what I think is a blatant check from behind. Evidently, the officials didn't. They give him a 5-minute major, rescind it, gets no penalty on the play. What were your guys' thoughts?
Go ahead, Trevor.
Was like Weidman in the stands? Like, what was happening there? That was what I was wondering. I think it's weird. I think that the Flames are kind of getting. I was just looking at some stats before this, and like the Flames are taking way less penalties after the deadline, but they have like a terrible net penalty differential. So they're not drawing any. I don't know, like, if there's anything going on there. I think the refs just messed up, but
well, and similarly, like every time I think I can't find a better example of league-wide officiating incompetence, something like this happens, and I'm like, I can't even get my head around it. And then for Bettman or anybody else trying to defend the officiating, it's like, okay, no, like if at some point you just need to admit when you're going to do a league-wide review of our rules, of our codes of conduct. You know, we feel that we've lapsed a bit. You don't have to take it all on the chin, but you have to at least acknowledge that there's some major inconsistency here. And of course, they never will. So I don't know. It's next level stupid to me.
One of the things that puzzles me with this one, though, is you would think a league that is worried about player injuries would just always err on the side of making a call. You just, think. I mean, even to give them a 2-minute diffuses that situation, right? Like I think that was a 5, but if they wanted to go a 2, I probably would have sat on my couch and been like, okay. But to just
I did 3,
right?
You know,
it just to me as an official, like you should just err on the side of calling it. You're going to get chewed out less.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's easier to disagree with a no call than a bad call, right?
Yeah.
A bad call than a no call. Because it's like, at least you acknowledge it again. Like, and to your point, Brad, like, had it been just, it's a 2, I'm like, that's kind of stupid. Like, I think that was kind of a malicious hit, but at least they called something. But to just negate it altogether, it's like, do you guys know the rules? Because I'm not sure that you do.
If anybody bitched hard enough, all they would say, and it would shut everybody up, is they say, we're trying to protect our players.
Yeah.
We have no comeback for that. I have no comeback. I'd be like, oh, okay, I guess you're protecting your players, right? I don't understand it. And then last night, I thought that they looked like Zary kicked that puck in the net.
I was about to say, like, why now? Why are we suddenly allowed to kick it in?
Yeah.
Rewind back to the playoffs when Coleman against Edmonton.
I don't want to talk about this.
Like, when you compare the two, no normal person would have them flip-flop like that. No, nobody would. Everybody would be like, Coleman's counts, Zary's doesn't. I don't understand. I don't understand.
They owed him one for that AJ Greer incident. Let's give him a goal.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Zary really needed a goal. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he's a little banged up, but that was he'll take it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
He's kind of been a hot topic on our show, and I want to get your take. I mean, is this guy part of our future?
I think he's going to succeed somewhere if he goes somewhere, and if he stays, who knows?
Yeah,
that's a tough one. I think. There was those comparisons to Bennett. He's not Bennett, but like he's a guy who should have the puck a lot more than he does. Yeah, Bennett's awesome. That was a tragedy.
He's so, and you know what? If we rewound the tape right now, and I was talking about him pre-first injury, I would have never considered him a slow player, but I consider him a slow player now.
Yeah. You've been saying this all season long, yeah.
He lumbers up and down the ice. He looks out of shape and slow. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, if this team is a team trying to be a contender in the next 3 years, let's say 2 years, if he's playing like he's playing now, he's not a piece of it, or we're in trouble.
It's going to be interesting. It's like, does he find himself involved in a trade now? Like, I don't know.
I think so. And you know what? We talked about it 20 minutes ago on the show about falling in love with players. And this is the first round curse. I call it we judge people on where they're drafted, not how they're playing. I don't care if he's a 7th rounder or a 1st rounder. With the way he's playing now, he doesn't have a spot in the top 9 on a quality hockey team.
Yeah. And you can only have the puck like on, one stick at a time. And I think the way Zary plays, he'd like to have it on his stick the whole time. But yeah, maybe he's banged up because he's not doing that. And he seems to be just trying to skate through players.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. I
very well could be banged up.
Yeah. I would. Yeah. That's my bet. But,
well, problem is too is when you go. Yeah, like when you go those first, those first few years, in your early 20s of being banged up, then your early 20s are gone. Then you got a 21-year-old in your roster who's not banged up. Like, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'd love to be wrong about Zary, but I am getting concerned as well.
That touches back to Parek too. Like, the load management made sense to me. That was you don't want to have a recurring injury taking over the start of your career.
We can rewind on Valimaki. I cannot help.
There's a game worn Valimaki jersey for cheap on eBay, by the way.
You get your umlauts there. Put them on a Mata jersey.
Yeah, right.
I do believe those early career injuries played a big role in where he ended up. His future, right? And I'm afraid that's happening with Zary, and it sucks. And I did. That's why I was so damn afraid with Parek coming out of World Juniors. Like, he takes another hit and separates a shoulder or does something, and then he can't do the proper training this offseason. It just sets us back.
Yeah. And what if he comes back early and he just keeps playing through it? And it's just we've seen that happen. Sean Monahan. That's the prime example. If they just shut him down at the right time, who knows what would have happened.
Yeah, and if they had the proper faith too that he could have rebounded instead of dumping him with a 1st round pick the way they did. I mean, Brad Treliving had a number of bad deals during his time in Calgary. That's probably the worst one.
Oof.
Speaking of Sean Monahan, what did you guys think this week? I saw a couple places on X about people saying maybe the Flames could move Sharon Govich's contract for Monahan's contract.
I do it all day, every day, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd do that. Sharon Govich is fine, but it would be fun to have Monty back, and he's a center.
He's a center. We need some good stories. He's good in the face-off dot. But the lack of center depth is the biggest reason I'm for it. That and the sentimental part.
I've turned into a jerk. I don't care about sentimental anymore. I want a cup.
No, you always don't feel bad, Brad. You always were a jerk.
I know. But I would do that deal just because, like, we do need, some center depth, and I worry a little bit about long-term Sharon Govich on the wing. Like, I feel like he's going to end up next year taking a spot. Like, because you bring Gridden in next year and you bring Hanzik back, and it's all of a sudden you got Coronado and you got, Klapka on the 4th line, better be on the 4th line, and you got Farabee and you got all this, and you got, like, where's the room anymore for Sharon Govich?
That is a good question. So I still have this page open here. Let's look at how many minutes he's been getting since the trade deadline. He gets 16 minutes still. He's got 7 points in 19 games. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Move on.
Yeah.
But threat short-handed. Yeah.
is his contract it's just starting though? Like, I mean, like who's gonna take that? Like, because where's he at even?
Just a 5-year extension for $28 million.
Yeah.
Ish.
Like, was that a rookie mistake? Do we want to call that a rookie mistake by Conroy? That's like his first trade, his first win. He's calling it.
Yep.
And now he's on for 5 more years with a 10-team no trade list.
Yeah, 5 more years at 5.75. And yeah, he does have no trade stuff too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, it could. Well, I mean, yeah, it could be like a higher number, so I guess it could be worse. But yeah, it's not pretty, that's for sure.
Well, and it's not even though, I mean, like number aside, like because all of a sudden it's so funny because in 2 years ago we were just worried about the cap, and now nobody even cares about the cap because there's excessive amount there. But that'll go quickly. But I'm more worried about it filling up roster slots for next year. You know, I mean,
yeah.
Does Hanzig not make the team next year because we got Sharon Govich and all these guys? I just don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that all plays out, right?
Yeah, they can't break that log jam down. Like it's taken time, even though there's turnover. Like you trade Codry, you get Strome. Sure, it's good, but like, you know, let somebody play center and try and grow into that spot too. That would be, yeah, I don't know. The Flames get in their way that way.
The only argument I'll have on the Strome thing is though, I feel like they could flip him, and even if they got nothing, I'd be fine. Like, you know, I feel like that's something we can get out of at least. And I don't know. I mean, next year you're looking, and we're not going to magically acquire a number 1 center next year. So
yeah,
we're not. I mean, I would love to find one somehow, but we've been searching for that for 15 years, right?
15.
I'm probably being nicer, right? Since Joe Nieuwendyk, maybe.
100% since Joe Nieuwendyk, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Although some people, you know, the Conroys, Blankos, you know, they did admirably, but
they did admirably because they had Jerome McGinley on their side,
or Alex Tanguay.
Yeah, Huselius.
Yeah, I love
Huselius. Oh, that's just you light up like a Christmas tree every time somebody says his name. Brad gets so excited when Huselius liked one of my tweets one time. It was really funny.
I just thought he was great. I mean, I loved him. I like some of the weird players though. Like Huselius and Sean Donovan, and I like some of the weird guys once in a while. So
yeah, so Trevor, I freaked out one time when I saw a Sean Donovan game worn Flames jersey on eBay, and I called Brad at home right away. I'm like, dude, you need to get this, and sure enough, he won it. So I got to get him to send it to me because I'm playing with so far for the Hockey Heroes thing. I'll just mention this briefly. We got Sean Donovan, Curtis Glencross, Chris Dingman. Like for former Flames were recently added. David Backus just got added.
Oh, beauty.
Yeah, okay. Mark Recchi, Ally Frady, Matthew Barnaby's there every year. Anyway, still a few names to come, but yeah, there's some Flames history there for you.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How much did that Donovan jersey end up going for?
What was it? Did I get it for like $380 or something?
US, yeah, it would have been US. No shit.
Wow. Yeah, I thought I did all right.
Wow.
That's a nice style too. It's the red with the blasty shoulders. Yeah,
that's a beauty jersey.
Oh yeah,
I think it was right after the year after the lockout.
Oh, it's a 25th anniversary patch on it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Chuck Kobasu from that year that I photo matched to him having a puck battle with Patrice Bergeron. It's pretty cool. It's beat to shit actually.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get sidetracked on game worn jerseys, but anyway.
Happens frequently.
Yes, it does. It does. That's the beauty of doing a podcast where you don't over prepare.
Yeah. All I have for jerseys is a game worn Fleury. And
really?
Yeah. It was 96 Fleury with the pedestal. And
sick. Home or away?
It's a home for back then. So now it's all about pocket dogs. Yeah, white and pocket dogs. So white and yellow. And and this one game I didn't get to go to it, and I canceled in the last minute just because I was young, I was a kid, I didn't do my homework or something. But Theo Fleury's jersey got covered in blood, and he wasn't allowed to wear it. And they were asking, like, people in the lower bowl
I've seen
No.
video of
It was
this.
a
Yeah,
Flurry jersey, and if I'd been there, I could have given him my jersey, and he would have worn it.
yeah.
And
Because
that would
what
have been
happened
cool.
was, yeah, it was brief, mind you, because the league didn't allow it. He put the jersey on, then they had he had to change it, and they gave him a 76 blank nameplate jersey
The possible.
because it wasn't because the other ones were replicas, right?
Oh,
But, man, you got to post some pictures of that on X. That's a
Yeah,
beautiful.
I want to see that.
for sure.
Is that the A on it or the C?
It's got the C, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I got a picture of it somewhere, but yeah, I'll post it after here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a beauty.
Great.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
What the hell were we talking about before all this?
I have no idea.
Jersey talk.
Off season. What needs to happen this year for you guys to feel comfortable? I know. And what are we thinking? Are you guys thinking 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? Where are we at on this? Like, I think we're on pace. I think this year was a very, very, very good year, pace wise in the progression. But what are we thinking? Are we got to prepare for 4?
I'm going to say the first year in the new building, we're going to battle for a playoff spot into early March, I would say.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
I think the window will be close enough for us to get back to around, 15, 16 and get right back to it.
Yeah, get back to what we know and love.
Yeah.
You guys, when you look at the roster and you think about it, though, like, I feel like the progression's been pretty good. I feel pretty safe in goal. I like what we got defensively. I really like where things are going defensively. It's just right now it is acquiring high-end scoring talent, which is not the easiest thing in the world to acquire. But I feel like that's where
it's the next step, right? It might take a couple of years, but yeah, I think Conroy is going to make a swing too. He's going to, try and pick up a younger player too.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Do you think there's a UFA signing this year?
I don't know. They shouldn't, but yeah, I don't know.
Depends on what they move out, right? I mean, the thing is, again, when you have so many talented young players, many of whom are knocking at the door, they're not all going to be on the team.
Well, and they're not all going to work out either.
No, I mean, it's also going to put what they do with, emerging Norris candidates like Oli Mata.
What do you do there? Like, what does he have on his contract?
I think 2 more years.
Yeah, I think it is too. I don't know. He's been phenomenal. He's like 14th in like defenseman scoring since the deadline or something. Like, it's ridiculous. But there's a market for guys like that.
Yeah, they could turn Mata and Strome into something if they don't fall in love with the player and hold on to him until the deadline.
Yeah, Strome I think will be here till the deadline because they're just so weak at center. But I'm okay with that. I mean, he's been a great Flame since he was acquired.
Yes, it's good with the younger players too. It sounds like he's working on skills after practice.
I did see that. That was a pretty interesting. What did they call it? Hockey school or something with Strome or something like that, because he had Brustevich one day and he had he had Gross one day, and that's kind of cool though to teach some of those younger guys, because I'm sure he's went through the good and the bad in the league, right? And I'm sure he's got a lot of insight to help these guys, and that's fun to see a veteran like that wanting to help the young guys. We had heard so many stories about how good Cottery was with him too, and he maybe was, but this is, you could really see it in this situation.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, big time. And I mean, in both those players' cases, Strome and Mata, I mean, to pull them off the respective scrap heaps and them to be as useful as they've been, as effective as they've been, I mean, it's great. It's good for the young players. It turns them into viable trade chips, potentially. I mean, at some point anyway. Conroy even hits on other people's garbage, I'm sure there's a better way of saying that, but it is what it is.
Well, he has.
It's our treasure.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. 1st and 7th in scoring since the deadline on the Flames. Oli Mata's 1st, tied with Coronado.
Really?
What's going on? Yeah.
And I remember
strength.
And everybody talked about him too when we got him. It's like, oh, he'll be that stay-at-home guy we need just to get through the season. And geez, he's been
I was
anything
very
but.
confused by that. It seems like it was a game of telephone. Like someone said, "Oh, he's defensive defenseman," and then it just started going down the line. And I hadn't watched Ole Mata this year, but I was like, I remember he was on Pittsburgh. He was offensive defenseman, but
Yeah.
maybe he's changed. But I think it was 2 years ago, I wrote a piece about how Arizona was making a huge mistake. Maybe it was the Mammoth at the time because they acquired Ole Mata instead of acquiring Tyson Barrie. And yeah, I was definitely wrong. Like Barrie had a bum knee or whatever, but I was like, look at all the stats. Why wouldn't you get Barrie?
Yeah, it's funny too. You forget Tyson Barrie was on the Flames 2 years ago?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, wow.
It's like 5 years. That seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think Bobby McMahon made him embarrass him a couple times, and then he started getting less time, and he probably got hurt. I mean, he had a bad knee. I listened to a podcast he was on. Strange year for him.
Yeah. What did you guys think of newly signed Abram Wiebe from the University of North Dakota? He's been in 2 games now. What was your guys' take? It was weird seeing him in 52. I'm not gonna lie. That was really weird to see another.
Especially with the initial W, right? That was really strange. Shoots left though, so that helped me differentiate it. But I thought he was decent. There was one egregious giveaway in his first game, but I mean that's going to happen. I mean it's such a huge jump, and as much as I bemoaned it in a previous show, like that's where the game's being useless is kind of a good thing in a way for players like that. You can dip your toes in a little more, so to speak. But I think he's been okay. I don't know what we're going to do with all these defensemen going forward because there's just too many of them that have a lot of potential, right?
I think he's completely earmarked for the AHL next year, and that'll give him the good training ground to see what kind of a player he is at the professional level. So I don't know. I think honestly, Kyle, I know we both have said this year that we got a logjam of defense, and I'm convinced though, like somebody's not going to work out here. I mean, someone's going to struggle. I don't know who, because boy, it doesn't look like it's Perek, Brustevich. It doesn't look like any of. They all look like they're doing very, very well, but I mean, something's going to happen. I think it's good to have the closets full on defense, and quite honestly, I don't know that if the Flames are picking third, they don't take a Verhoff from North Dakota. Also, a big left-handed. Is he left or right? He's a right. Also, he's a right. Big, strong right defenseman, more of a stay-at-home type defenseman. But I don't know. Can you get enough on the back end? But we sit and I say that, and 5 minutes ago I was saying all we need is upper end scoring talent, and I do. I think that's super critical. I don't know. I don't know where it comes in this year's draft on the front end besides getting lucky and getting McKenna out of the gates or Maholtra. I think I'd feel comfortable with also.
Well, again, one of these
people are going to be chapped. I think people would be chapped if we take a defenseman. Maybe they should, but
I think they will too. I think people will be pissed off in Calgary.
Well, one of them is going to end up at some point, and I don't think they're going to draft a defenseman. But I mean, whatever happens, whether they draft another defenseman or not, they're going to wind up trading one or two of these young defensemen because eventually somebody's going to ask to be traded because there's no opportunity or because somebody else is ahead of them, and that's just the reality when you have that many good young players, right? And ideally, that defenseman, whoever it may be, gets packaged into a trade for an effective forward, right?
Did we not have 6 centers drafted last year, though? Did we not? I think we had 6, didn't we?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Pretty sure
we'll make the Flames.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I guess with two games remaining this week, Tuesday night, Colorado's in Calgary, and then Thursday night, Los Angeles is in Calgary, which I thought was going to maybe be a critical game for the Kings, but the way the standings are shaking out now, looks like they're fairly safe in the playoffs here. We'll see. But it's the season went by extremely fast for as struggling of a season in Calgary as it was.
Yeah, despite how painful it was, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, we should mention, because it is pretty remarkable, but Jonathan Quick is playing his last NHL game tonight for the NHL for the New York Rangers. So Dustin Wolf's idol, the reason he wears number 32, big reason the Kings won their 2 cups. I always find I start to feel older when guys retire. and guys like Quick, left quite a lot of memories with me. So it's a weird one to see him go. And of course, Kopitar is going to be done soon. We don't know what Ovechkin's doing, but we talk about all the young players coming in to play for Calgary, for example, but a lot of stars are on their way out too.
Yeah, interesting to see Quick going out. I think he's 40 years old though, and I guess it's expected. And a resurgence back in New York, and ended up being a very, very solid goalie that actually I thought was maybe going to get moved at the deadline to a team in the playoffs, but we'll see. Yeah. His last game tonight, and Ovechkin, that one's really up in the air. A lot of rumblings going on that I'm seeing that this is it.
Yeah, despite the fact he waved off the Penguins the other night, and they went to go shake his hand or whatever. I don't know.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was all kind of an awkward situation. But I guess we'll see.
Change his mind.
Yeah, right.
I got to say, shout out to Quick to getting to 40 when you're one of Daryl's go-to goaltenders. I bet he played like 75 games a year at some point.
Yeah,
I bet. Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, any guys surviving from that Kings team still just rode him into the ground.
Well, thanks for joining us, Trevor. We really, really appreciate it. And of course, Kyle, thank you again for everything this year. The season will end for the Flames. It does not end for Flames Unfiltered. Kyle and I will be back next week. We're going to recap locker cleanout and do a little playoff preview next week on the show. I would hope that Trevor would join us in the near future again. We enjoyed having you as a guest, and appreciate your time and of course your insight and everything you do on X for the Flames. It's great. It's a lot of great stats, and I know Flames fans really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. That means a lot to me, and yeah, I would love to be on in the future.
You definitely will be. Appreciate it, man.
All right, Flames fans, we will see you next week on Flames Unfiltered. Have a good week. Enjoy the final 2 games for the Flames.
It's me, myself, and how this gonna be fixed in my mind. Still on the record. I turned on the music. I still on the record. I turned on the music. It's an uphill battle that you sometimes losing. Have been on the dance for very long.
Thanks for listening to Flames Unfiltered with Brad Burud and Kyle Lewis, your source for unfiltered Calgary Flames hockey talk. Keep it locked on flamesunfiltered.ca. Subscribe where you get all your podcasts to never miss an episode. Flames hockey talk every week, presented by Inside Edge Hockey Media Group.